I'm pissed off and in a bad mood. Why am I pissed off in a bad mood? Because Mark Pope was born, and then 53 years later, our program is trash. I'm Chris Adams, and before I get started on my video, guys, can you please hit the like button, follow me on TikTok, and subscribe to me over on YouTube. Okay, the AP poll came out today, and let me just name off a few teams that's ranked. SEC rival Florida is ranked 7th. Our former coach, Rick Pitino in St. John's, is 15th. SEC rival Alabama is 17th. BYU, where we got Mark Pope from, is ranked 19th. Let me say that again. Mark Pope's former school that he left is ranked 19th in the country. Our coach that we ran off, John Calipari in Arkansas, is ranked 20th. Border rival Tennessee is ranked 22nd. In-state rival Louisville is ranked 24th. Rival Vanderbilt ranked 25th. Blue Bloods, there's only 4 of us. 4 Blue Bloods in college basketball. Duke is ranked number 1. Kansas is ranked 14th. North Carolina is ranked 18th. Let me tell you who's not ranked and did not get a single vote for the AP Top 25. In other words, you can't find them on the list. I'm looking behind me. Not even a trace of Mark Pope in Kentucky. This guy has managed in less than 2 years. You all were pissed off because Calipari lost to Oakland. Now we got a guy that turned us into Oakland. That's what we are. We're Oakland. Mark Pope has managed to take, yes, we got upset by Oakland. Calipari finished 2nd in the SEC his last year. 2nd in the SEC. In less than 2 years, we don't even get a single vote for the AP Top 25. Do you know how bad that you have to be if you coach at Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, or Kentucky to not get an AP vote? It's that bad. It's that bad. I'm going to go ahead and call this and say it. It is the single worst coaching job I have ever witnessed in my lifetime at the University of Kentucky. Other notables, Rick Pitino's 14-14 year. They were on probation. Billy Gillispie was terrible, but he didn't have any talent. Calipari's 9-16 year was COVID, where so many other schools, including Duke, dropped out, and he had players in and out all season long, just like everybody else did. Mark Pope has a $22 million roster. Mark Pope right now, we've had a few injuries, just like everybody has injuries. Right now, Mark Pope has the preseason SEC Player of the Year, OA. He has the defending national champion point guard in Aberdeen, who has a national championship ring. He has probably the best shooter in the SEC, Chandler. He has a McDonald's All-American center in Marino. Mark Pope has more than enough at his disposal to have us ranked in the top 25. I mean, this team should be in contention. There's teams in the top 25 with far less talent than what Mark Pope has. This is ridiculous. He's terrible. I mean, terrible. It's so bad. It is so bad. I mean, historically bad. He's terrible. We are 17-10. We've just lost back-to-back games. One team was at Rupp for the 7th time in his career. Georgia had lost 5 of 6. Comes into Rupp and beats us for the first time since the Gillispie days. Then we play a team in Auburn who had not won a damn game in the month of February. And we lose that one. Jesus Christ. And there's some people, not me, I feel we're going to win easily tomorrow night in South Carolina. There's people today at work, man, you think we'll beat South Carolina? And there was 2 or 3 more saying, I don't know. And I said, guys, stop right now. I told everybody, I said, stop what you're doing right now. And I said, I want you to listen to me for a second. The fact that we are sitting here and any of you have any doubt in your mind and we have to debate whether we're going to go on the road and beat South Carolina, who I think is the worst team in the SEC. They don't have the worst record, but they're awful. If there's the fact that there's any doubt in any Kentucky fan's mind that maybe South Carolina has a chance, that tells you everything you need to know about what Mark Pope has done to this program. It is terrible. And I'm not going to get long-winded on this video because he doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it. The man is a great person. I've said it ad nauseum. Great person, great husband, great father. That's the end of the greatness. I mean, it's gotten so bad. And let me paint you all a picture. I've had several people message me since Saturday night. Who are we getting as coach? I got news for you guys. He's not going anywhere. We just fired Stoops. We got to pay that. Mark Pope kisses entirely too much ass, and I mean that with as respectful as I possibly can. But I've never seen a coach kiss as much ass as he does in my entire life. He's excellent with the fan base, okay? Let me put it another way, a respectful way. Pope is overly bored excellent with the fan base. He's probably better with the fan base interaction than any coach in Kentucky history. I'll give him that, okay? He's great at interaction. Like I said, really good person, all that stuff. They're not going to get rid of Mark Pope. I'm going to paint a picture for you. And it goes along with Pope Nation there, all these Pope worshipers. If these guys, they're Mark Pope fans. Now, I'm a University of Kentucky fan, okay? Y'all take that however you want it. I'm for what's best for the University of Kentucky. You all tell me if you think Mark Pope is what's best for the University of Kentucky. But listen, it's these Mark Pope lovers, these worshipers. They called a 24-12 season last year a great year. 24-12 in Sweet 16, a great year. I talked to some older guys about this, and I said, a great year? And he said, that tells you where the program's at. That tells you, it tells you this generation, like, we're in this participation era generation. These guys that played participation trophies, they're in their 30s now. See what I'm saying? I didn't know what the hell that was when I was growing up. Participation trophy? I don't have one single thing in my house growing up, trophy-wise, that was just a plaque. It said something on it, first place or whatever. But anyway, that tells you where the program's at. 24-12 is a train wreck at Kentucky. 24-12 Sweet 16 is unacceptable. The only way that's acceptable is if you've already won a national championship and you've had some success. Then you get a pass for stuff like that. That's another thing I question some of these Pope guys' IQ. It don't matter how many times I explain it to them, they don't get it. If you've won a national championship, if you've been to multiple Final Fours, you get a pass for seasons like this. If you've never done anything, you don't, okay? And that's not complicated, guys, to understand. But anyway, so 24-12 last year was considered a great year. We're 17-10 right now, and these Pope fans are okay with it. These Mark Pope worshipers, they're okay with this 17-10. Losing 3 in a row. We're currently 9th in the SEC. We were 7th last year. 9th right now. They're okay with it. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. We lost 12 games last year. What do you guys think the loss count's going to end up being this year? We got 2 automatics coming. We're not going to win the SEC tournament, and we're not going to win the big tournament. So that's 2. So that's at least 12. So in these last 4 games, what are we going? Let's just say we go 3-1. 3-1. So we're looking at a 13th loss season. That's if they finish good. So we're talking 25 losses in 2 years. Gillespie lost 27. So we're talking 25 losses in 2 years. And these Pope fans they're okay with it. So I'm going to paint a picture for you really quickly. Let's say next year, and the injuries I will give Mark Pope this, the injuries have played a very small factor. Very small factor. Why I say very small? They look like shit when everybody was together. But anyway, let's just say next year he's completely healthy, and we go something like 25-10. Let's just say we finish 25-10 next year. Go to the Sweet 16. You know what these Pope lovers are going to say? Man, he improved. We had a good year. He improved. Then he's going to get another 2 years. He's got a 5-year contract. They will then let him play that out. So here's what I'm saying. This is what we are now. The greatest tradition in the history of college basketball, that's what Doug Bruce or whoever the PA guy is now, anybody who's ever been to Rupp, when they announce the Cats, it's always been now time for the greatest tradition in the history of college basketball. That's no more. That's over. That's in the past. They shouldn't be allowed to say it anymore at Rupp. If you're letting Mark Pope hang around, what you're doing is you're saying it's okay for all those losses and everything. So if you're allowing him to hang around, you're basically signing off on that. And what that does is we're not the greatest tradition of college basketball anymore. We're not a blue blood anymore. All that stuff's out the window. Kentucky basketball, as we know it, is no more. It's no more. Okay? It's over. When you start saying these seasons are okay, remember I told you this. Next year, Pope will probably have a little better year. Let's just say it's 25, 26, and 10. Somewhere in that ballpark, okay? When we go, say, the Sweet 16, and let's just say we finish 4th in the SEC, these idiots are going to say, man, he had a hell of a year. Pope had a hell of a year. You know what I mean? He had to overcome this, and this, and that's what he is. That's what we are. That's what we are, guys, if we stay with Mark Pope, okay? And I'll be the first. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope we're sitting here. I'll take all the making fun and giving me hell as you all can possibly give, okay? I hope to God I'm wrong. Mark Pope and your team, if you're watching this video, please use it as motivation. I love the University of Kentucky that much. If I'm the reason y'all go on a win streak, motivated just to prove me wrong, absolutely. Absolutely. Go do it. Go show him. Go show me what you're made of. Soft. Weak. That's what I say about Mark Pope. Seriously. I mean, great guy, but he's killing us. He's killing the program. He's already killed the program. I mean, it's dead. I mean, not a single AP vote for the top 25. Kentucky basketball with a $22 million roster. Preseason SEC Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, defending national champion, best shooter, and one of the best shooters in the country. Can't get a single vote. Lost 3 in a row, 2 in a row to teams that have combined lost 10 of 11 games. That's what Mark Pope, that's what we are right now. And we have people in our fan base that's signing off on this, saying it's okay. It's okay. Just be patient with him. It's okay. All right, that's all I have to say, seriously. It's come to the point where most of us understand what we are, and we get it. We get what Mark Pope is. We know what he is. We know what he's going to do. And we have some that's just going to back him regardless, and they're too prideful to admit that they're wrong. There's very few people that's going to say, I was on board. Look, these are people who wanted Calipari out, and they're too prideful to just say, I was wrong. That's all you have to do. And that they're not willing to do that, okay? This is a train wreck. It's the biggest train wreck in the history of Kentucky basketball. I mean, this is a nightmare. These are the worst years since probation. And a lot of you wasn't alive during probation. This is the lowest Kentucky basketball has been since the probation years of Eddie Sutton got us into, that Rick had to bail us out of. It is. I'm just giving y'all a heads up. I would say Mark Pope's got to go, but the fan base is not important enough for them to do that for us. Bring on Bruce Pearl is what I say. Anyway, everybody have a great day. God bless. Let's make the best of it, I guess.